What's up, everybody? Welcome to MLG Anaheim. Please give it up for MLG CEO and co-founder Sundance Giovanni.
Hey G4, this is Sundance Giovanni, and I'm here to talk about all things esports and Major League Gaming. Major League Gaming is the kind of worldwide standard body for competitive esports in North America. We started about 8 years ago around Halo console predominantly. We expanded over the years and had a lot of titles come in and out. And recently we've expanded to PC with StarCraft 2, looking at a couple of other titles. But essentially what we try to do is build a sports and media business around competitive gaming, similar to what you'd find with NASCAR or USTA or any professional sport. Essentially, it's gaming presented as sport. This year in 2011, on the pro circuit, we've got Halo Reach, which is on the Xbox 360, Call of Duty Black Ops, which is on PS3, and then on the PC, we've got StarCraft 2. MLG's evolved over the last 8 years in a lot of different ways. Essentially, one of the things that came about in our kind of exploration of what esports would turn into was how we present our events and what they turn into in terms of a media form. So in the beginning, there were small events, about 200 or 300 people showing up. We were unpacking the TVs ourselves and just kind of putting up projectors and taping up banners and whatnot. But then what happened is we got to a point where we realized that we had to present this as sport similar to what you would see on television. And we actually took it to TV. So for a couple of years, we actually were on television. We were on USA first, and then we actually did a deal with G4. And what that showed us was that we could present this in a way where an audience at home could, as a spectator, could latch onto it and essentially understand it just as they understand any other sport, whether it's basketball, baseball, or football. Then we took it online. And the reason we took it online was because we realized that we would be able to produce more content, and it was where our target audience spent most of their time consuming media. An MLG live event is essentially that weekend is kind of the mecca for competitive video game fans, right? Whether or not you play the games or you're a fan of the games, it's a place where you get a lot of people driving in or traveling in to be part of the experience in the room. But also, for example, at our last event, we had 22.5 million streams initiated. So we've got a global audience, over 140 countries all across the globe tuning in to watch live. So what we try and do is we try and set up a room where you've got people who are all there for the same reason, right? They're fans of gaming, or they're fans of competitive gaming, or they play, or they want to get better, or they just want to watch the best in the world play. And the goal is always around presenting it in such a way where, whether you're a family, you're traveling there because your sons talked you into it, and you come in as a family, there's enough to do with the sponsor booths and with interacting with the players and the personalities, that you get hooked. Or if you're somebody who's an ultra-hardcore fan who just wants to be there to get an autograph from one of the casters or one of the players, that there's enough interaction points and entertainment to make it a great weekend. The whole goal with MLG is to evolve as necessary, and this season we've evolved in a number of ways. I mean, the first event we struggled. We had some issues with technology which limited our ability to execute the tournament the way that we wanted to. And it was, at the time, it was a nightmare. But the fact of it is that without having had that happen, we wouldn't have been able to invest as aggressively in some of the areas that we have. We've changed the way that we do the seating. We've added soundproof booths for StarCraft. We've added more speakers in the room for fans of Halo and Black Ops so they can hear the commentary. We've tried to elevate the experience kind of across the board. And with each event, we add little pieces and little bits. But the majority of the investment actually goes into what the viewer at home is able to experience. At the last event, we added an additional StarCraft 2 stream. We added the high-definition stream this time around, so people will actually be able to watch StarCraft 2 in HD. And we've offered localized language entry for people who speak 9 different languages globally. So the idea for us is that everything we're doing now is about broadening out the audience, bringing in more people globally, and just giving them access to this incredible weekend. I think it's just about expansion and growth and building on the community and really continuing to try and do the best that we can to elevate that community.